Shedeur Sanders receives worrying Browns QB1 news as NFL doctor shares the return schedule for Deshaun Watson. For 2 weeks, the Cleveland Browns' future seemed to rest on Shedeur Sanders' shoulders, but the return of a familiar face to practice has suddenly put that future in doubt. Although Sanders is lined up for his third straight start against the Tennessee Titans on Sunday, Deshaun Watson has returned to practice, and the energy has changed. Suddenly, Shedeur's grip on QB1 did not feel as solid as it did last week. Sports medicine physician Jesse Morse took to X and shared where Watson stands and how that might affect Sanders. Deshaun Watson could potentially replace Shedeur Sanders as the Browns' QB1 over the next 2 weeks. He tore his Achilles and then ended up re-tearing the graft. Sounds like he rehabbed really well and wants to return, and Cleveland might be willing to let him. So far, Sanders has shown flashes. Since stepping in during Week 11 after Dillon Gabriel's injury, he has thrown for 405 yards with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. However, he has completed just 50.8% of his passes with his 69.4 passer rating. So the progress is there, but it is not happening fast enough for a winning push. Meanwhile, Cleveland sports talk turned the heat up even more. Radio host Bruce Drennan did not sugarcoat his stance. "I'm not convinced about Sanders. We haven't seen enough of him yet. Some might say we haven't seen enough of Gabriel. I have, and I'm about that close to saying the same thing about Sanders." Last week against the San Francisco 49ers, Sanders went 16 for 25 with 149 yards and a touchdown. He was solid, not spectacular. He protected the ball better, but the offense still felt tight. So now the question sits in the cold Cleveland wind. If his talent is real, then why is he struggling? NFL analyst reveals why Shedeur Sanders is struggling. The Browns' loss on Sunday to the 49ers felt like another reality check for Shedeur Sanders. The college stardom and clean pockets did not travel with him to the next level. Instead, the NFL showed him how fast the league moves and how hard it is to adjust. The Browns actually led 8-7 late in the second quarter after the 2-point conversion from Quinshon Judkins. The offense stalled, timing slipped, and everything through the air looked forced, and the 26-8 final score reflected the lack of rhythm. Much of that drop-off came from Sanders needing more time to read and react. Cleveland drafted him knowing patience would be required, but now they wanted it upside down. That is why NFL analyst and senior NFL Films producer Greg Cosell decided to break down Sanders' game. Shedeur is still playing at college speed. He's not dropping back with the quickness you need to drop back. He's not getting back in the pocket and setting his feet. So what happens is you end up being slow in what you're seeing because you're not really ready to process and deliver the football. So now the conversation shifts again. With Deshaun Watson close to returning, the Browns must decide how to handle the quarterback room moving forward.